Brandon here from David vs. Goliath BJJ. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing two of my favorite ways to set up the North-South choke. So if you guys want to level up your North-South choke game, then keep on watching. That sounds really gay.
You want to learn how 69 better? Brandon's got the ways.
Alright guys, so we're going to start off in the side control. I really like to set up North-South chokes from side control to knee on belly. Okay, so one of the problems that we run into when we're looking to set up the North-South choke is a lot of people think that they can only set it up from North-South. Okay, but that's not necessarily true. So one of my favorite setups is from the side control and the pop up to knee belly. Okay, so another problem we run into is if I look to go for that choke, if Tim keeps his head flat on the mat, okay, it's really hard for me to dig underneath and to get that space, okay, to get my arm deep enough to the point where I can choke him. Okay, so if Tim's playing a heavy head right here, okay, there's no way I'm going to be able to reach around. Even if I do come to North-South, okay, it's really hard for me to shoot my hand all the way in. So part of my game plan is to get Tim's head to come off the mat. Okay, so when I'm here, side control, okay, maybe I have a cross face and an underhook. Okay, I abandon that, I pop up to knee belly. Alright, hit him hard at the knee belly. The guy does just that. He goes, ooh, and his hand comes off the mat. That's a perfect opportunity to go for the North-South choke. Okay, so as Tim lifts his head off the mat, in slow motion, I'm looking to take my top arm here, right, and wrap around, okay, as I back step, okay, and set up the choke here. This move is all about timing, okay, and just and spacing. Okay, so I'm just looking to again go from side control, pop up to knee belly. Okay, as his head pops up, okay, looking to wrap, okay, and I'm trying to shoot as deep as I can. Okay, I have nice short arms, but I'm looking to get all the way to the crook or the bend in my arm, my elbow right here. Okay, so his head comes off the mat, I wrap around, okay, but I don't want to stay here because Tim's going to be able to bump me off and I'm going to lose the position. Okay, so as I go to wrap his neck, I'm looking to back step and fall into the North-South position. Okay, so here and here, and then I'm going to look to square my hips off with the mat. Okay, and Tim can feel it. I'm so deep at this point, I can just finish with one hand. Okay, we'll show you guys from a different angle in just a second. Again, today's video is all about the setup. Okay, so again, side control. Okay, I let go of my tight control and I'm popping up to a strong knee belly. A strong knee belly is going to force that head to come off the mat. Boom. Okay, as soon as it does, right, again, I'm looking to wrap the neck as I back step into the position. Boom. Alright guys, so that's the first setup. If you guys are liking the video so far, be sure to give that like button a slap and a fist bump and we'll keep things rolling. Okay guys, so the second setup that I really like is from North-South. Alright, but I'm going to do a little bit of distraction and actually go for Kimura. Okay, so again, the same concept that I'm looking for here in these two setups is to get Tim's head off the mat. It's going to be hard for me to set up a North-South choke if his head is heavy on the mat. Alright, we're going to start off in side control again. Alright, depending on where Tim's hands are, alright, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to have Tim place his forearm right across my neck. This is a pretty common defense from the bottom opponent. Okay, so when I'm here, I'm looking to take my hand off the cross face and I'm going to come over the top of his arm. Okay, this hand right here, my right hand, is going to post next to Tim's hip. Okay, and this is a variation on holding side control here, but I don't want Tim to be able to recover guard, so this hand right here is going to post next to his hip, and that's going to prevent the guard recovery, but it's also going to allow me to transition to North-South here. Okay, so as I do so, okay, Tim's hand that was on my neck right here, as I go to North-South, it kind of comes off of my neck. Okay, from here I'm going to look to scoop his hand, going palm up, and all the way into his armpit here. Okay, so I'm scooping all the way up. Right, and I'm going to look to go for a Kimura. Okay, so as I scoop his arm up into this position, again, if my knees are on the mat, my weight's on the mat, right, so I want to take my knees off the mat here, and I want to place all my weight onto Tim. Okay, so I'll show from a different angle, you guys can see in a second, but as I start to lean into Tim here, and go for this Kimura, again, same concept, his head's going to pop off the mat. Okay, so I'm here, I start driving into him, Tim's head comes off the mat, now with my opposite side arm, right, that gives me that space to sink in for the North-South choke. Alright guys, so switching angles now. I'm going to run to north-south, and again, take note of how Tim's head comes off the mat as I start to pressure into it. Turning the corner, okay, palm up into the armpit, knees off the mat. I'm starting to put weight into Tim. This is a little uncomfortable for him, okay? As you guys can see, I'm using my right knee right here. A little bonus tip is I can actually shelve Tim's head with my knee. Okay, so if his head came off the mat, I'm like, oh, I got you. Okay, so now even if Tim wanted to put his head back on the mat, he's running right into my knee. That allows me the opportunity again to wrap the neck nice and deep. Okay, I'm going to sink back into it. Okay, and finish the choke. Again, today we're not going over too much on the finishing details of the choke, but more of the setup. Okay, so one more time. Side control here. As I turn north-south, and looking to come underneath the armpit, palm up, and really start to pressure into Tim. Okay? As his head comes off the mat, right, I put my knee there as a placeholder. Okay, if Tim's head was still heavy on the mat, alright, this is another little trick, but I can be a little bit more of a dick and start to grind my knee underneath his head. Okay, again, the key to this setup is getting the head off the mat. Once I do so, again, that's allowing me the space to shoot my arm in, alright, and go for the finish. Alright guys, there you have it, 2 simple setups for the north-south choke. If you guys like today's video, be sure to give that like button a slap and a fist bump. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you guys stay in the loop choke and you guys don't miss out on weekly videos. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you in the next video.